Nobody teaches pregnant women how to breathe. In fact, nobody really teaches you how to breathe. And if that's not a skill that's developed, that is cultivated, then it's definitely lost over time. So when we enter the motherhood transition, when a woman becomes pregnant, I guarantee her OB or midwife probably never even mentioned how to breathe or breathing patterns. Yet these are very important for labor, for birth, throughout pregnancy, and especially in that fourth trimester as we step into being a mother. What's up, y'all? I am Dr. Lindsay Matthews Cantu. I am your BirthFit founder, and I have been working with women for at least 12 plus years. I say 12 plus because math is hard sometimes, but since 2010, 2011, I wear many hats. I'm a chiropractor, I'm a birth doula, I'm a strength and conditioning coach. And yet, over the last decade plus that I've been in this realm, in this space, these two breaths we're going to go over right now. You're going to walk away with them. You're going to integrate them back into your body. They are foundational and they're innate to us as humans, meaning we know how to do these when we come out of the womb. I've watched my daughter, she's now almost 3. Nobody taught her how to do these two breathing patterns. These are foundational, they are free, and most of us, we learn how to do these just instinctually as we begin to move and we begin to lift things as little ones. Yet when we become, I'll say, acclimated to the culture and the lifestyle that is all around us, we become sedentary and we develop compensation patterns. So that's what I've seen over the years. But anyways, here at BirthFit, we believe in a strong and dynamic core, one that is flexible, movable, can respond, can absorb shock, and one that is very strong and stable, but is not one that is so rigid it cannot move. Um, this whole core and pelvic floor we view as a cylinder, and it's the foundation of all movement. Core and breath work is at the foundation of every movement. Breathing is the foundation of intra-abdominal pressure. And we must be able to manage our own internal pressure system. If we don't, then there's going to be a kink in the system. It's going to be a glitch in the matrix. There's going to be a dent in the LaCroix can. And that's a visual I want you to have. It's like this whole system is basically a pressurized can. Think of a soda can, a LaCroix can, I like to say. And if there's a dent in the system, let's say if somebody has been instructed to suck their belly button to their spine, right? Now that dent's coming in, that's a dent in the system, and we're not expanding. We're not maintaining that expansion. So that that's going to develop a compensation pattern. Anyways, the two breaths. If you want more information, join us in the BirthFit certification. Join us in one of our training programs, prenatal, postpartum. But let's get into the two breaths because I know that's what you came here for. First is the diaphragm breath, and this is how we as humans are designed to breathe. If you watch a baby lying on the ground and they're just like exploring the world, maybe they're like 6 weeks, 8 weeks, 3 months, and they're figuring out how to move their arms. Maybe they're doing that happy baby pose. They're doing some dead bug type of movement. You watch them breathe. They naturally breathe in through their nose and out their nose. That's how we're designed to breathe. This is our filtration system. This is for eating and emergencies. But they breathe in and out of their nose, and their belly expands, their rib cage expands, even their back body starts to expand. So, what I want you to do right now, right here with me, It's if you're seated in a chair, see if you can get your feet flat on the ground. If you want, you can have the support of the chair against your back. That's great. That's totally fine. Um, and then check in with the position of your rib cage. Is it stacked on top of your pelvis? That's going to be key. That's going to be key because we want our diaphragm, which is right under the rib cage, right in this space right here. We want our diaphragm and our pelvic floor, which is at the bottom of the pelvis. It's that hammock that holds all of our important organs. We want those to work in unison. They always want to work in unison. Like that's their desire. So sitting here, ribcage stacked on top of your pelvis, you want to have a nice neutral pelvis. You want your belly button to be pointing. If it was a flashlight, you want that to be pointing straight out. Or if you had a belt buckle, you want that belt buckle to be straight on so the person across from you can see that nice thing. And then the rib cage, you want those ribs down and stacked nicely on top of your pelvis. Now, put your hands on top of your thighs, put them somewhere they can go palms up, palms down, whatever feels good. And I want you to close your eyes and you're going to take in 3 breaths. Breathe in through your nose and fill up. And then exhale. And just be an observer of your breath right now. Inhale through your nose and exhale. And once more, breathe in and exhale. All right. Make a mental note of anything that happened in that time. And now take your palms. You're going to go right down from your armpit, bottom of your rib cage, and just lay your hands there. Relax your shoulders. A lot of people tend to do this in this little cue here. Some of these cues are going to work for you. Some of them aren't. Take whatever works for you. Take the medicine or leave it. Let me see if I can do this for you. All right, from here, you're going to expand on your inhale. Breathe into those hands. You got 2 more breaths there. Right? So now we're starting, if I was looking down at the top of your head, now we're starting to get that 360 degrees expansion. Okay, last thing here, and we'll move on. I want you to breathe into that space in your back body. Like if you're wearing a bra, it's that bra strap, and feel your rib cage expand against the chair. So breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. And one more. And exhale. Our main goal with this diaphragm breath is to breathe 360 degrees round. We want to create expansion. Now, a lot of people mistakenly call it the belly breath and they only breathe into their belly. I see this a lot with postpartum women. The belly is going to be about 70%, and I'll stay there, 70, 80, 60% of the breath. You breathe into the belly, but also the back body. So maybe try a few. You can even put your hands down in this like inguinal space, the bikini line space, and breathe into that space. However, do not neglect or do not think breathing into your chest is a negative because you're going to breathe into your belly and then breathe into your chest. Try 2 more. One more. And let it go. Now, that's all the cues I'm going to give for you right here, right now, because it can be overwhelming. But review. We breathe in and out through our nose. We expand 360 degrees. We utilize our belly, our abdominal space, our back body, and even our chest space. And 4, I'm going to add a 4 here. On the exhale, we allow everything to return back to neutral. There's no force in the exhale right now. And that is your diaphragm breath. Cool? Cool. All right, moving on. Stability breath. This is also known as the task-specific intra-abdominal pressure breath. Now, this is some people call it bracing, but it is not bearing down. We call it the stability breath here because literally you're stabilizing your entire system. You're stabilizing all around your spine and your vital organs. That's why you have to have this pressure system so legit. You have to be able to manage your own internal pressure system. Now, the inhale is the exact same. You're going to inhale and expand 360 degrees. The exhale is what is a little different. You're going to meet that resistance. You're going to try to maintain the expansion that was created on the inhale. So, therefore, you have to brace a little bit. You have to allow your muscles to contract, to activate, whatever word you want to use. That maybe is eccentrically. They're contracting eccentrically, as if you're going to get punched in the belly. So I want you to try two or three, and we're going to start right here. I'm going to go right here. Let me see. Let me see if I can just pull this up. There we go. That's not very good. All right, so we're going to inhale together. Breathe in and exhale. As if somebody was punching you in the belly. Breathe all the way out. Try to maintain that expansion. Breathe in. Exhale. And there's where it deflates. I'm maintaining that expansion. You can see, I'm going to show you here. That's a regular exhale, and this will be a stability breath. See the difference? I'm maintaining the space that I acquired. Some cues that work very well for people, right, are I need you to brace, I need you to activate as if I'm punching you in the belly. Next cue, I need you to blow out candles on your exhale while maintaining that expansion. Another thing that works really well, I'm going to grab my old jujitsu belt, but if you can tie something, and usually this is a TheraBand, that works really nice, but if you can breathe in and try to maintain that expansion before deflating, that's your stability breath. Now, as you can see, the pressure, the internal pressure system is going to be different for the task at hand. That's why it's also known as the task-specific intra-abdominal pressure breath. So practice so that you become more efficient at task. For instance, in my postpartum phase, the early postpartum, when I started doing things like dead bug, bird dog, all the BIRTHFIT basics, I was pushing the upper limits of my capacity, and I really had to brace, stabilize on things like the bird dog, the dead bug. Those were like maximal efforts for me at that time. But as I practice, now I'm able to breathe through those and do those. Whereas going up to a deadlift bar, let's say 200 pounds, 300 pounds, that's going to require almost a breath hold as I go through the stickiness and then the exhale while maintaining expansion. Hopefully that makes sense. So those are the two breaths that we're born with. They're innate to us. Everybody needs to be able to do these, but especially us women going through the motherhood transition, right? Because immediately we are picking up our baby after birth. You got to be able to manage your internal pressure system, manage load, manage transferring load, manage shock, shock absorbing. So the last thing I'll say, maybe the last thing, but if you don't have any connection with breath, how do you expect to get through labor? Our breath is one of our tools. We have three tools: breath, sound, and movement. Those we have in our back pocket to get through any transition, any big transition in life, but especially labor. Our breath is our metronome. It is our connection to the divine, to God. With each breath, we say Yahweh. It's a prayer. Each breath is a prayer. So with each contraction, think about inhaling and exhaling, all the way through, using your breath, sound, and movement. Cool? Okay. All right, y'all. That's it. This is just a little sample of what I teach inside of the BirthFit community and the BirthFit certification. Please, please, please sign up. I would love to see you in there. We would love to support you. And if you like this video, let me know below.